Hey, I'm Willette, and this is Soul Creative Art Studio. Have you ever sat down to create something amazing, only to find yourself staring at a blank piece of paper for hours? Or maybe your art appears flat and cold. Yeah, we've all been there. But here's the reality. Making art is not always about talent. It's built on core elements that anyone can learn and apply. Today, I'm breaking down one of the most important lessons for any artist: the elements of art, the foundational building blocks that most artists use to create their visual stories. As I draw, I'll demonstrate how each element comes to life on paper. This brief overview will help you understand what they are, how to use them, and how to identify these elements in the art you make, see, and admire. So let's dive in. I'll start with the first element of art: line. A line is a path made by a moving point. Lines can be straight, zigzag, curved, thick, or thin. They define shapes, suggest movement, and create texture. As I draw this flower, notice how I use straight lines to make the stem, a curved line to make the center of the flower, and zigzag lines to make the petals. I'm using simple geometric shapes to draw the flower pot and the leaves. The next element is shape. Shapes are flat, enclosed areas created by lines. The shapes are flat and two-dimensional, but I would like to use form, the next element of art, to make them appear three-dimensional. Form is created by adding length, width, and depth to two-dimensional objects. It takes up space and adds volume. I will use curved lines to transform the shape of the flower pot, a trapezoid, into a form. Notice how the shape of the flower pot visually moves forward when I add an oval at the top and a curved line at the bottom. To create dimension, I will add lines and shading to demonstrate value, which is the next element of art. Value refers to the range of lightness and darkness within a color, object, or image. It's how light or dark something appears. Value helps to build the illusion of depth, making flat shapes appear three-dimensional. By using lines to add value to the flower pot, I will make it appear rounder, creating more depth and volume. I will also add value to the leaves by drawing in lines. Using different values adds contrast and makes the drawing appear more realistic. Check out my video titled How to Make a Value Scale, Lesson Number 3 for more information on value. I added a link in the comments. Space is the next element of art, and it refers to the area in and around objects in a composition. Space can be positive, which is the subject, or negative, which is the background. It is crucial for creating the illusion of depth. I'm drawing a horizontal line on both sides of the flower pot to break up the space and make a table for the flower pot to sit on. Notice how the table pulls the flower pot forward into the foreground. The addition of lines on the table create the illusion of depth. I'm adding a shadow to the table which has been cast by the flower pot. This little addition of value shows that the flower pot is sitting on the table and has dimension. The space between the foreground and the background is now more apparent. I can make this drawing look more lifelike by adding lines and shading to create texture, which is the next element of art. Texture is all about how something feels or looks like it would feel. It can be real, like the rough surface of a tree trunk, or implied, like drawing a wood grain table. I'll use lines and shading to make the inside of the flower pot look rough, giving the impression of dirt. I'll also add a bit of texture to the flower by adding long wavy lines on the stem to give it a bumpy appearance. The addition of a brick wall will fill up the negative space in the background. And last, we have color, our most popular element of art. Color helps us to notice and identify objects within a space. It can bring out emotions, set the mood, and create both harmony and contrast. I will use colored pencils to add warm colors to the drawing, giving it an energetic feeling. Colors also provide a sense of depth and space, making them essential for visual storytelling. To learn more about color, check out my video, Color Theory and How to Make a Color Wheel, Lesson Number 1. To recap, line, shape, form, value, space, texture, and color are the elements of art, the basic building blocks of all visual artwork. You can start practicing each one just like this, with simple shapes and ideas. Share your artwork with me. I would love to see what you create. Stay tuned. In my next lesson, I will dive deeper into each element to give you a better understanding of how each one functions in composing a work of art. Whether you're analyzing a masterpiece or starting your own, understanding these elements will not only make you a better artist, it will help you see art in an entirely new way. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I'll send you the link for a free download.